When it comes to saving money, one of the first things that people will tell you is you can always find a way to house hack. And what house hacking means in variety of terms and different ways to go about house hacking is generally to have a roommate. When you have a roommate, you're able to split your bills, cut your rent in half, cut your utilities in half, and that will save you money. Especially if you have a 2-bed, a 3-bed, or a 4-bedroom house that you rent. And you live in a nice place, but at a cheap price. But when it goes wrong, it can be a problem. In this article that we're going to talk about, I want you to see how this can be avoided. Roommate complains about money, yet she buys tarot readings from scummy online sites. Okay, I don't give a crap what she spends money on as long as I get a portion of rent and utilities, but she struggles to do that. So, like, how do you forget to pay your half of the utilities, the thing we've paid for the last 5 times or 5 months? She's almost always late with rent. 35 years old and she doesn't seem to have her stuff together. I don't care if I make more than her. I'm not her boyfriend, girlfriend, and she's older than me. I'm a dumbass for renewing with her though. She forgot to sign the hard tenant agreement. So 2 months later into what I thought was a renewed lease, we had to pay the extra because, surprise, we were on the monthly rate. Now, this is a common problem that people that co-rent a place with somebody that they don't really know often experience. And this is why it's advisable that before you rent a place with somebody, it's best you know the person as much as you can, especially how they handle their finances. If you are not familiar with somebody and you're trying to rent a place together, try to give yourself an out. And the best way to go about it is don't do long-term leases with these people that you don't know. Before you sign up for a 1-year lease, maybe do a 6 months. Maybe find somebody that will help you do a month-to-month type lease initially until you get to know them. Because the worst thing is to be locked into a long-term lease with a terrible person, and then the person takes advantage of you. As you can tell from the write-up the person posted, there's some things you can do to protect yourself in situations like this. The first one is maybe you get to know the person on a level where you know their income. So if they can show you a proof of income and to show you how much maybe they've saved. And this is best done by the leasing company themselves or the agent or the person that is handling the lease, so that the person can actually vet the two of you. And that way you are not only bearing the risk. In line with that, it may be best for you to have a separate lease. So that way, if somebody doesn't pay, it doesn't affect the other person. And maybe one person can actually be evicted in case that person isn't paying, especially if you're trying to do a long-term lease. Because if you're stuck with a long-term lease and you don't pay after some time, you are both going to be evicted, especially if you've signed a joint lease. Another way to protect yourself is to have a security deposit made. If you suspect the person won't be able to afford the payment on a regular basis, you may want them to put more money down so that the months that they are unable to cover their own portion of the rent, at least you can take from that security deposit to cover the part of the rent. These are just some ideas that I thought to share. If you have found value in this one, don't forget to drop a like on it. And of course, it's best to protect yourself as much as you can and make sure that you don't find yourself in situations like this.